ألم تر أن الله سخر لكم ما في الأرض والفلك تجري في البحر بأمره ويمسك السماء أن تقع على الأرض إلا بإذنه إن الله بالناس لرؤوف رحيم. Do you not see that Allah has subjected to you whatever is in the earth as well as the ships that sail through the sea by His command? He keeps the sky from falling down to the earth except by His permission. Surely Allah is ever gracious and the most merciful to humanity. Do we not see how Allah is so merciful and compassionate towards us through the numerous blessings and favors He has bestowed upon us? Does not reflecting on how small and weak we are compared to the vast universe make us realize how great Allah's power and authority are? Doesn't Allah deserve to be worshipped alone, praised as He truly should be, recognized for His grace and generosity, and obeyed by following His divine laws and guidance? What is the ultimate purpose of life and the most important priority a person should have?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear viewers, welcome to the fourth episode of this series, The Quran Asks, presented to you by the proclaimers of the truth during this blessed month of Ramadan. In this series, we reflect on verses from the Quran that are phrased as questions. The purpose of reflecting on these verses is to highlight the greatness of Allah, glory be to Him, His endless mercy, the clear signs of His power, His blessings upon mankind, and His complete control over all creation, so that it becomes clear to them that this Quran is the truth, so that people may recognize His sole right to be worshipped, associating no partners with Him. So stay with us. In the previous episode, we talked about the blessing of day and night and how they alternate. In this episode, we will inshallah focus on important questions that the Quran asks. Joining me now is Dr. Abdullahi. We welcome him and he will take it from here.
Jazakumullahu khairan. It's a pleasure to be part of this wonderful program in this blessed month. In this episode, we will inshallah talk about some verses from Surah Al-Hajj which show Allah's great power and mercy in making the universe serve and benefit mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Do you not see that Allah has subjected to you whatever is in the earth as well as the ships that sail through the sea by His command? He keeps the sky from falling down on the earth except by His permission. Surely Allah is ever gracious and most merciful to humanity." This verse highlights three of the greatest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He bestowed upon mankind. The first blessing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His infinite grace and bounty, has made everything on earth serve and benefit mankind. This includes animals, energy sources, and countless resources, some that we already know and others yet to be discovered. People cultivate the land, growing grains, vegetables, fruits and legumes for nourishment. Their livestock graze upon the earth, providing wool for clothing, milk for sustenance, and meat for food. Trees provide wood for building homes, crafting utensils, and making tools, including those used in defense. Not only that, but also trees offer shade, medicinal extracts, and fragrant perfumes. From the earth, people extract treasures and precious minerals, some of which are used to manufacture airplanes, trains, and cars, while others serve as energy sources to power these modes of transportation. Allah confirms this by saying, "And He has subjected to you all that is in the heavens and the earth, all being from Him. Verily, there are signs in this for those who reflect."
It's amazing how much energy lies within this earth and how many treasures that Allah has given to mankind. Yet, most people remain oblivious to His grace, taking His blessings for granted as they enjoy them day and night. As mentioned, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything in this world to serve and benefit mankind. He made its natural laws perfectly aligned with human nature and abilities. If the laws of nature were any different, human life as we know it would be impossible, let alone the ability to thrive and benefit from the world around us. Likewise, if our bodies were structured differently beyond the level that allows us to withstand the earth's atmosphere, breathe its air, consume its food, and drink its water, we would not survive for a moment. Had Earth's gravity changed, we would either be lifted into the air with no footing or crushed into the ground under its force. If Earth's atmosphere had no air, or if the air pressure was too high or too low, people would suffocate, unable to meet their fundamental need for oxygen, and survival would be impossible. Thus, it is a true blessing that Allah has made this world in a way that perfectly sustains human life, making everything in it subservient for our well-being and prosperity. Let us move on to the next blessing mentioned in this verse.
Regarding the second blessing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And the ships which run through the sea by His command, these include all forms of sea transportation, from towering cargo ships to small canoes, all of which are blessings and miracles from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." How is it that these enormous, heavily loaded ships glide effortlessly across the water, while even a tiny stone sinks instantly? This is a clear sign from Allah. This is a clear sign of Allah's immense power, making the vast bodies of water subservient to mankind and granting us the knowledge to navigate them with ease. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Do you not see that the ships sail smoothly through the sea by the grace of Allah, so that He may show you some of His signs? Surely in this are signs for whoever is steadfast, grateful." And He says, "It's your Lord who drives the ship for you through the sea, that you may seek of His bounty. Indeed, He is ever to you merciful." And in another verse He says, "And it is He who subjected the sea for you to eat from its tender meat and to extract from it ornaments which you wear. And you see the ships plowing through it, and He that you may seek of His bounty, and perhaps you will be grateful." It is Allah who established physical laws that allow ships to sail across the sea. He also granted mankind the ability to observe, understand, and utilize these laws for their benefit. Had the nature of the seas, the design of the ships, or human intellect been any different, this remarkable feat would have been impossible. The third blessing is about the miraculous creation of the sky, as stated in the following verse, "And He keeps the sky from falling upon the earth, unless by His permission. We live beneath the vast sky, without seeing any pillars or support holding it up. It is Allah the Almighty who ensures it does not collapse upon us. He created the universe with perfect precision, establishing laws that keep the stars and planets suspended in harmony, preventing chaos and collision. It is Allah who upholds the sky through these very laws He has ordained. But a day will come, by with His permission, these very laws that function according to His wisdom will cease to operate, which also will be in accordance with His divine wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its signs are turning away." He also says, "He created the heavens without pillars, as you can see, and placed firm mountains upon the earth, so it does not shake with you, and scattered throughout it are all types of creatures. And we send down rain from the sky, causing every type of fine plant to grow on earth." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has bestowed these countless blessings upon mankind, granting them ease, comfort, and abundant provisions. Does He then not deserve to be worshipped without associating any partners with Him? Does He not deserve to be glorified and appreciated for His grace and blessings that He has bestowed upon us? Does He not deserve our full submission, sincere devotion, and steadfast obedience to His divine guidance and commands.
O people, the greatest priority in this life is for one to truly know their Lord and understand the relationship between themselves and their Creator. Only by fulfilling this can one grasp the true purpose of life and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He rightly deserves. This is the path to ultimate happiness, both in this world and the next, the path that leads to salvation on the Day of Judgment. O people, do not be like those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they recognize the favor of Allah, then they deny it. And most of them are disbelievers. O people, worship Allah. You have no Lord but Him. With that, we conclude today's episode and look forward to being with you again in the next one, inshaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ألم تر أن الله سخر لكم ما في الأرض والفلك تجري في البحر بأمره ويمسك السماء أن تقع على الأرض إلا بإذنه إن الله بالناس لرءوف رحيم.